Guess how many times I tried to film this video. Anyways, doesn't matter. We're still doing it. If you light worker, if you choose to embody the light, practicing radical forgiveness, understand that I'm having a trigger, do something about it, and then making acceptance as I understand that. If you're all about negative vibes and stand up for all that is wrong in the world, you're on the wrong channel, but I hope that you find love in your heart. Trigger warning. Literally, their innocence is being taken away piece by piece by piece by piece by people who have also had their innocence robbed of them. And if you have no innocence, then you have no empathy. Therefore, your soul is dead and or dying, and there's like little hope when you don't have empathy. So this is that reptilian shit, you know, like if you don't have innocence anymore and you've been robbed of your innocence, you are a hurt person hurting people. It is unfortunate for the people who have endured so much trauma to where their soul literally dies, and I don't want to be a contributing factor to that. I don't want to be a contributing factor to souls dying. The only extra bullshit I'm going to be doing is practicing my self-care and my self-love and stuff, because that's what makes my soul stronger. Namaste, everybody. Thank you for honoring me with your presence. I am so thankful for you. Makes my suffering just a little bit more worth it. You are divinely loved. I'm also divinely loved. And I really gotta work on my intros. To believe in oneself is to believe in the universe. May you receive unconditional love and clear guidance from your divine support team. Do you believe in the universe? Because the universe believes in you. I am a 3-timed Pisces with a Gemini moon and a Leo rising. So if you don't know what your big 3 astrological signs are, get your time of birth and go do your free birth chart right now and take screenshots. You're going to want those. You're welcome. Come on, it's 2022 and you don't know your big 3. You're slacking. You're slacking. But I forgive you as I forgive myself. And my soul's over here with these big guns like, ain't gonna happen. I have created an acronym for the trauma. You've seen Love Guru? Because in the Love Guru, he has the drama tattoo. Today we are going to be discussing trauma. This is something I've been working on with Spirit for a minute now. And I think it's finally ready. And or Spirit was like, do this now. Trigger warning. Trigger warning. It hurts. I don't want to. I want to run away from the hurt. Where's my instant gratification? TikTok, Insta Reels. Where you at? Spirit was like, it might take you a couple of times, but don't you worry, because you have so much persistence behind that good little heart of yours. Thanks. You get your triggers from your traumas, and the trigger is a psychological response to the trauma that you've experienced. And there's like a couple different ways that this can go about it. You know, you can fawn and just kind of like brush off the trauma, but internally you're like getting electrified by that third rail on the railroad tracks. Am I right? Am I right? Then we're going to recognize that we're having a trigger, because when we take our subconscious, or when we take our conscious and we pull it outside of our situation, we create that difference in perspective. And once you have that difference in perspective, you're able to see things from outside of right there at the trigger front warning, you get me? After we are recognizing, we are going to acknowledge our traumas. Try to that self-soothing I talked about. In another video I'm going to do self-soothing. But if I have already done it, it's going to be a link right there. U is going to be for understanding it. And this is that peak. That is the climax of the whole trauma, is to understand why. Hey, this situation happened to me, and to try to take that shifted perspective of outside of your body looking at the situation to look outside of the situation. 5D. We're going to look at the situation from what were the circumstances that made the person who hurt you feel like they could do that. When I talked to Spirit about this and we're going through the whole trauma, it showed me supernatural when Dean is talking to Sam about hell. And he's like, I was in hell for 10,000 years or something crazy. And he was like, and I was tortured every day, all day. And eventually I picked up the sword and I started being the torturer. And this is the concept that Spirit wants to get through, is hurt people hurt people. And a lot of times empaths and people who are able to put themselves in other people's perspective and feel empathy for them, those people are often triggered by people who are willing to take advantage of them to make themselves feel accomplished in some ways. Now, hurt people, but you, being the light worker, spiritual badass that you are able to still have love in your heart and to be able to empathize with people. And then we're going to start practicing that radical forgiveness, because if we look at it from the perspective of hurt people, the fact that you're hurt isn't your fault. The fact that they were hurt isn't their fault. And this is how we're going to start changing the world. There is so much resistance when it comes to all the decisions that I've made have led me to the path that I'm on right now, and those are more than likely paths that are not favorable. So it's easy for us to get hard on ourselves and to beat ourselves up about the decisions that we've made, especially if we have other people who are choosing to contribute. Am I right? Leave me a comment in the comment section below to let me talk to myself. I mean, I do a great job. With that being said, you can still be triggered, but doing that work, doing that shadow work, helps us to get past those triggers so that we can move through that energy faster, more fluid. We flow through that energy opposed to resisting and running away from our healing. So if you're running away from your healing, you are almost as bad as the people who hurt you. And I don't know about you, but I definitely don't want to be like the people who hurt me, because I can forgive, and those people who hurt me were not able to forgive, and they let that eat their soul. If we're able to put ourselves in that hurt person's shoes and think of the life that they went through with people who were creating that inside of them, people who neglected them, people who, you know, made them feel all different kinds of ways to make their personality and their behavior be the contributing factor to your emotional, mental, physical torment. Now, I'm not telling you to forgive them today. It might take you a long time, and nobody has like this special set time of how long it takes to heal, because everybody heals at their own pace. If you could just get to recognizing that you're having a trigger, it's an A+ today. But after we start that understanding of hurt people, we're able to put ourselves outside of the situation, outside of our trauma. We're able to take that blame off of ourselves. And then it's all downhill after there, because then you make acceptance. And you get to the understanding so that you can make acceptance, and then every single time after that, when you get triggered, you're like, I'm being triggered. Be like, I'm recognizing I'm acknowledging that I am recognizing my trigger, and I understand that hurt people, and it is not my fault that other people were hurt and felt like the only way that they were supposed to behave in certain circumstances. And I'm not trying to pacify you, because your trigger and your trauma are completely valid. But I will say, it is your responsibility to understand that without that understanding, you wouldn't understand, you wouldn't be the person that you are today. And if that makes you more sensitive to a certain type of energy, at least you understand that. Like, okay, this person reminds me of this person, I wonder why. And I feel like if we are choosing to heal ourselves, then we are making the change for the better. We're accepting what was, so that we can lay to bed all of the fears that came along with the trauma, and we're able to push forward and become better than we have been told that we could only be, without, intentionally doing that. So if you are trying to heal yourself and you have love in your heart still, and you're able to empathize with others, then there is still freaking hope for you. Limitations that have been set on us by the people around us. And this is one of the reasons why I keep my circle small, because I don't have to worry about anything outside of what I'm doing in the household, what I'm doing in my personal life. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Make sure to leave me a comment in the comment section below. Subscribe if you feel so inclined. Send me a message on Instagram and say, hey, I seen your video. Enter me into that monthly giveaway. Give me your email so I can enter you into that. The giveaway, the winners are announced on the 11th of every month, starting this month. And, what was that thing I was going to say? Man, odds be ever in your favor. Because gas prices being what they are, I'm only going to do one. I used to do 3, got out of hand. And be sure to be gentle with yourself, because you are unlearning all of the bullshit that you were hardwired to be. Don't forget to appreciate yourself, because you are doing a lot. And I love you, and if I haven't told you, I love you. Have a wonderful freaking day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.